What's up, Bird Gang? This is Arryb. Welcome to my channel. We have a guest here tonight at Birdhouse Mansion Studios. Birdhouse Mansion Studios. I got to get used to saying that. We got the General. Is that a sergeant badge or a general?
First sergeant.
We got the first sergeant in the house. And we want you to subscribe to our channel. We want to thank you for watching it. Thank you for being here today. And the subject is going to be old school versus new school. We have here in the studio Rocket Man, owner of Urban Desert, popped by this evening to talk. He didn't know what the subject was going to be, but the subject is going to be old school versus new school. I'm going to start off with some questions, and, we're just going to get into the conversation about where we came from, like the early 80s and up to now, which is 2019. Okay. Let's start with high school dances. For 50 Cent
No,
in the gymnasium.
That never happened to us. I
Oh, you're a little older than that.
never heard of 56 school dances. No, school dancing was what it was. If it wasn't a prom, we weren't there. I can recall one school dance, and that was homecoming.
That's it?
That was it. I mean, who wants to go to school dances when you got to go there 7 days, 5 days a week?
Wait a minute, brother. Wait a minute. You don't understand a school dance. Okay, let me explain to you. Here, you hold the camera on me. All right. We got two cameras going. Now, you could just do your thing, but check it. A school dance was when you paid 50 cents during lunchtime. Lunchtime was only 30 minutes. All right? So, damn, was it 30 minutes or an hour? Yeah, I think it was 30 minutes, lunchtime. But anyway, you pay 50 cents in the gymnasium. You know, we play basketball in. They turn off the lights and they play loud ass music with a DJ, and they charge you 50 cents. And principals and shit be up in there, and the deans and all them people and all the all your adults being there, monitoring us, and they let us get our little dance on. So that was a school dance, man. That's what I meant by school dance. And they used to do that. And then we had school dances again in the same gymnasium. It may cost you maybe $10 because this time you could stay a little longer, like to 9 o'clock. After school you come back, go home, get dressed and all that. Then you walk back up to the school, and you had parties inside the school gymnasium. But now they don't do that because everybody be fighting. Because I know we would start fighting then. Not we. I was too young. And you know what's fucked up, man, about that? My daddy didn't let me go to them school dances, man, until I was older, like high school. Like junior high? Hell no. He never did that. So you never even went, period. That's what you're telling me. Rocket Man.
Wow. What I see is we really lived in different, not only different states, man, but in different culture from east to west. In Arizona, we in high school never heard of a 50 cents dance.
Now, what year was this?
Oh, I'm talking about from 73 to 77.
You guys never had high school dances in Arizona?
We had high school dances, but as far as 50 cents,
At lunchtime?
At lunchtime, we did not dance at lunchtime.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, what the hell did y'all do at lunch?
We ate. We ate, we hung out, we socialized. We didn't dance.
Did you ever have music on the quad?
No, we didn't have music in the quad. Somebody had a radio. You may have had a transistor radio and sat around the picnic table and played it, But I understand what you're saying. It's just I'm just thinking how the different, the cultures were totally opposite from your high school day where you lived in your state and from my state. See, I'm from Arizona.
And what year did you graduate high school?
77.
Okay, I graduated 88. Damn, 84. So shit, that is a big difference.
But you had the technology almost didn't have it in
No, we didn't have it.
84.
You can ask me what did I have in 84. You can't tell me.
You didn't have the
Like
technology.
in 77, I know y'all ain't had shit back there. You didn't even have nothing.
No, we had a lot back then.
Y'all had a big ass bus that went to one school up and down the street. That was it, picking up everybody.
No.
You knew everybody in the same high school. In 77, what was the population? 600 in the whole high school? 700?
I don't even think it was that many.
Oh, see, okay.
I really couldn't tell you the population of our school and everything.
Right.
But, our classes were hard. We were not a small school, and you judged the school by the standings. We were not an A school. We were not a double A school. We were a triple A high school, and that's the highest shit. That means you compete in the state levels and stuff at a higher level. So I know we weren't a small school, We were not double A. We were not A. We were triple A. So that's the big high schools. Yeah. We danced in the 70s. We had house parties. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had house parties, too.
We had house parties.
Right.
A 70s house party, if you have never been, you're just not going to understand the flow.
Right.
It was the 70s. That's all I need to say. A 70s high school house party is a classic. You have your drama, yes, but overall, funky good time, boy. I can remember many times we danced. That's when we danced.
All right. We don't want to hear about you doing the funky chicken or the running man, none of that back in the day.
Running man, we do the running man. We never heard of that.
Yeah, right. I heard that's where it came from.
No.
You run your ass out of here with that dance. Check this out. When was the first time you ever had a pager?
A who?
A pager.
I never had a pager.
You never had a pager?
I never had a pager. I never saw the need for one.
A beeper.
Beeper? No.
That's the same thing,
Yeah. Never had one. I had my first cell phone.
Wait a minute, brother. Back up. Don't go so fast with the answers, because why in the hell you never had
a beeper?
A beeper or a pager? The bill was $9 a month. I used to go pay mine. It's $9 a month. You walk right up there to the beeper place. Had all kind of beepers and pagers.
We didn't feel the need for one.
Really?
I don't think we even had. If you were a doctor, lawyer, or some big shot in the 70s, when I was in high school.
Well, let's go from the 70s. Let's go from the high school. Even when I was in high school, yeah, I did. That's when I was introduced.
You said you graduated in 84?
Right. So I'm talking almost 10 years later.
Close to it.
So shit, why you should have had a goddamn pager.
In high school?
No, man. If you graduated in 77, right? You graduated in 77 from high school. Yeah. I graduated in 84. I had a pager in 84. I had a beeper in 84 and 85. So you should have had one in 84 and 85.
For what?
Oh, so you didn't have one. Okay, that's cool. But I'm just saying, that's cool. So what, you was into the cell phone. I mean, you were into the telephone booth.
84.
The telephone booth then, right?
No, we had house phones.
No, come on, man. I'm trying to say, telephone if you were reaching out other than being at the house, everybody had telephone booths to use.
No, I never used a telephone booth.
What were you, brother?
What for? I had a phone at the house. Hey,
okay, so
let's do this.
Okay, so you never used a telephone booth, or you never had use for one.
I think the last time I wouldn't say a telephone booth, was in the airport. Outside of that, in the 70s, yes, we used the telephone booth.
Let's get out of the 70s. Let's move up to the 80s.
Now, in the 80s, okay, if we were going to do something, we would call on our phones we had in our house. as far as a pager, no, we didn't have that. But if you went in contact, hey, what you doing? All right, let's meet here. That's it.
All right, I have a question then. When the first time you seen a person with a beeper or a pager, how did you feel? How did you react? And who was it? And where were you at? If you remember all that. Man.
I couldn't tell you the first time I saw a year, but I know it was in L.A. I didn't think nothing of it.
What year?
It's probably in the 80s, maybe. Gosh, I really couldn't do it. Year. I really couldn't tell you the first time I saw it. Early 80s.
Right.
No? Yes, 80s.
All right, now I have another.
Had one.
Right, now I have another question. Remember the food stamp books they used to give us? With the denominational food stamp books?
Yeah.
You remember when they went out? Or do you even remember when they went out and the plastic card came in?
I say that was somewhere in 2000 and fade out around 2010. I think they started fading out. Yeah, I said no. Between 2005 and 2010, they faded them out. Yeah.
2000 what?
2005, between 2005 and 2010, they faded out paper
Really?
food stamps.
I didn't know that.
Okay, they were gone between that time. Okay, yeah, I remember that. How do I know that? Because my girl used to buy them from people.
Right, okay. That's cool. I understand that. Now, when was your first time you ever seen a computer, a PC, a personal computer, a home computer, the first time in somebody's house?
In somebody's house?
Yeah, not in the business. The first time you ever seen a computer in somebody's house.
That's deep there.
And where were you?
Okay, now, I knew about computers. Let's see, somebody's house. Wow. Milton had one, that's right. I used to go to this house I had when he lived in Inglewood. I would say he was the first one I knew had a computer in the house, and that was in 95.
95.
No. About 97. Yeah, 97, I think. Between 95 and 97.
You know what?
Yeah. He had a computer.
95 and 97 was the first time you seen a computer. Okay, I have another question, my brother.
You said in somebody's
That's right,
house.
Somebody's house. That's
Okay.
good. Right.
Right.
Okay, not at school or anything like that. Okay, now I have another question that just came to my mind. Remember the VHS cameras?
Yeah. Yep.
When was your first time ever seeing one of those?
Oh, they were common. Gosh, that was like
VHS camera. What year?
oh god, that had to be 70s. Not in the 70s, about 77.
That early. Oh, so they did have them around. They had them around. Probably the 8mm cameras.
Wait. I'm thinking of something else, because that was it was a camera, but it was hooked into a system, but it put out VHS tapes.
Right.
It wasn't a personal hand one. That had to be somewhere about 83.
Wow.
Yeah. You have to be somewhere where someone has one.
Now, what about a cell phone? The first time you seen a cell phone, a flip cell phone, or any cell phone, other than on the movies, you actually see one in real life.
Yeah, when it first came out, that brick phone. What year that came out? 80s. Oh gosh.
The 80s, you seen a cell phone?
It was a brick phone.
You're right. Yeah, we had them. We had them in the '84s when I was in high
Yeah,
school.
I had a big phone. It was in the 80s.
Yeah.
I can't, like I said, no.
Only the ballers had
late
those.
80s. Late 80s.
Right.
No, they weren't ballers. They were players back then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know that's my cup, the blue one. And I ain't playing.
I noticed that because they had too much beer. They had too much beer in it to be mine.
All right, now we went from cell phones, food stamps. What about? I want to talk about a little bit about bikes from where they came to where they evolved to now. I know that's a big jump from the old school. Well, let's not get back to the bikes yet because okay. Well, if we're gonna talk about bikes in old school,
You know,
I have a question about one bike.
yeah.
The one that had the banana seat with the sissy pole.
Stingray.
That's what that was.
Stingray.
Right.
Banana seat.
Right.
Had a shift right there.
Oh wow.
Man.
Okay.
That was the dream bike of every human on this planet.
I got you.
You roll up on that bike, you just command. Everybody knew that. Shoot, you took one look at that bike at that time, and man, that was it. That was the bike.
Now, what about a price of a bike at that time? I didn't really have bikes in my community.
$69.99.
$69.99.
Yeah, that was a lot at that time.
Wow. And that was a nice bike with the shifter in the middle. Right. I remember that.
Yeah.
Now, today, Rocket Man is here in the studio. Birdhouse Mansion Studios here, live on the set. As you guys can see, we're out here, outside in the new build, planting that seed, getting it from the dirt. If you've seen in the other videos, you saw Jay and I scratching out the footings, digging the footings. You know, we made it happen. Okay. You want to tell us a little bit about this bike? What's going on with this monstrosity of a bike?
That's a long story, dog.
Now, what about these tires? I'm actually about the tires. What size are those tires, my brother?
These are 2.4 fat bike tires.
Oh, okay. Now, is it hard to find an inner tube for that type of that bike?
No.
For that tire?
No. This is basically you pick it up at Walmart.
Really?
You know, it's a standard fat bike inner tube.
And I noticed you have front disc brakes on this bike.
Now, those are the new deals.
Now, did you install that or did it come with the bike?
No, that's the new deal on bikes today. They're leaving the rim brake, and the good bikes are going to disc brakes.
Now, I'm seeing disc brakes also in the back.
Oh yeah, like I said before, rim brakes, you know, are kind of like fading out on type of, you know, basically fading out. You know, disc brakes or what. You know, they still have them, but they're very, you know, high model, high end. You know.
Right. Now, let's get to these bags. Is this some of your work here, my brother?
Yeah, those are urban desert bags. You know.
Wow.
It was my military camouflage tribute.
Very nice. That is one cool bike. You want to explain what this compartment is for?
That's a gas tank. Some people call it top tube. You know, you could say it was something that's brought in that's new in the cycling industry. A term that is used commonly in bike packing.
Mm-hmm. So you put what in there? Gas.
Uh, you put a lot of things in it. When you're traveling, when the whole thing is set up, that's where you put a lot of,
I'm just kidding.
electrical things and stuff that you may want to carry with you. Just another storage compartment. Every bag
Right.
on this bike is actually a storage compartment, but some has meanings. A lot of these right here are feeder bags. Most people put water bottles in them.
Got you.
Food. You can actually put water bottles and food with them. Cliff bars,
Well, I'm on the wrong side of the light. Guys, look at the tires on this bike. This is one beefy, cool bike.
It's a fat bike.
I think this is the best bike in the Antelope Valley for the price.
Now, they have other compartments with these bags. That's just what you carry now. But the whole setup is 3 more bags. Seat bag that goes in the back, handlebar in the front, top bag to go right here. That carries everything you need: food, water, tent, shelter, clothing, water. The whole setup is a survival bike. You can live on this bike for a week. You have everything you need on it. Yes, come across water, you filter it, get a chance, get some food, you restock. But there are people right now riding across this country on bicycles. There are people riding across the world on bicycles.
Right, and once you told me that, I started to. Here, you can hold the camera now, man. My people want to see me too, man. Am I fresh? Am I looking cool? Nah, man, you got to turn the camera around.
Well, you hand it to me like this, cowboy.
Nah, brother, you got to turn it around. You switching positions, man, and go like that. Jack, is your hands comfortable?
Yeah, I'm cool, man.
Man, am I looking good, man? You got my shoes, man. You got my whole attire, man. I want to, oh, look at this dude. Well, change the camera then. Do what you got to do. Do what you got to do,
See, that's what you mean.
Burlington.
You got to really look nice when you ride and when you step out. Period. Keep that in mind, folks. This is summer, but still, keep it together.
Did you get that birdhouse mansion?
Oh, I just saw that. I like that, man. All right.
Yeah, that's me and my girl business right there. Now, let me talk about a little bit about old times. When I asked you about when you have you ever seen a pager? Now, let me tell you the first time I seen a pager. 1984 when I was in school. It was a lot of dope dealers in my area. They all had pagers, they all had beepers, and they was going off, and man, we was like, woo, look at these cats. Then they went from the little beepers to the digital pages, used to read out words, used to read out words, and then they had some that text out words. Then from there, it went to a larger one. It used to have a textile type of text, like like that. So if you had that, you was a baller. So then they went with the big phones where you would plug it into your cigarette lighter, and you had a well-lit handheld phone. Motorola, I don't remember the names. I'm not going to call no names. But I remember these big phones. And my brother, Dexter, had a phone, man, sitting up in the living room on a damn cell phone. I think the bill was like $3.99 a minute, $4 a minute, something crazy, man. And you know what's crazy back in the days about the cell phones? We used to get some outrageous bills, and I am very embarrassed to say this, man, to admit this. This is true. I used to be on the phone. I give you $300 this week, and I give you $300 next week. Don't turn my phone off. And I mean, I was sad, man. They used to get us real bad. I done paid $450 for cell phone bills, and that wasn't even all of it. That was half of it.
Because you went over, and you went over your limit, and you would start using up minutes.
Oh, wait a minute. What about the roam time? You don't want to go on the roam time. The roam time will fuck you up.
Yeah,
Oh, when it start roaming, and you know what? When you get the arguing and shit on the phone, and technology is new, and you want to talk or whatever the hell is going on, you know what? You say, fuck the hell this bill. I've been paying it, so I'm gonna continue to pay it. But you know what, man? That was horrible.
every,
Man.
I wasn't guilty of that because I told
Boy, used to be and you know what? We used to be on the phone begging the cell phone people to take $500 this week and $200 next week. I swear, ain't that sad? Now,
that's sad, man.
you know what? That was horrible. That was the first time I ever seen us really. Well, I'm saying us like the people, like really getting. We was getting really
Why?
worked. What, for the cell phone?
Why was that so important? To put that type to beg for somebody to take your money at this time so you can keep that phone on.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why it was important. To keep in contact with somebody that you wanted to talk to, and it was new technology. Man,
New technology.
right.
Because you can talk to anybody at the house phone, but it's being mobile and carrying it. That you
Oh
like.
yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you, man. Now, cell
Pull it
phone
out
being
your
in the car
pocket.
now is nothing. Yeah, it's nothing. I mean, everybody doing it now, but man, back in the days, boy, you rolling and you coming home from work, man. That phone ringing, and they had a certain ring and a special ring. Everything was different about cell phones. The whole characteristic was different about cell phones.
Yeah.
So
Flip
when
phones.
you pick it up, first of all, it was expensive than a motherfucker. So it was like, hurry the fuck up. What you got to say? What? You know?
But I remember,
Man,
those things.
you had more arguments on the cell phone than trying to get the hell off of it. It was like, man, hurry up and say what you gotta say. Hang this motherfucker up.
I can remember.
It was mortgages.
I can remember.
It was car notes. A cell phone was car notes. It was mortgages, man. Man, shit. I stopped paying that shit. I got smart.
People wouldn't even answer the phone after people caught on to it. What they did is, you call me, if you want to call me, you come and I'll look at him and see you, and I'll call you from a landline
Yo,
phone.
man, are you holding that camera right, brother?
Holding it better than you are.
All right, now check this out. Let's go back to the house phone. You always talking about a house phone, man, like you was getting it free or something from the government. Check this out. Remember the rotodial, man?
That was the house phone we had.
Remember that?
Yep.
Okay, now let's go back to. You know, there was a number you used to call for the time before you used to have time on your cell phone, and before we even had cell phones, before we even had computers. I was here. Okay. Oh man, where are we gonna start? Okay, let's get back to the house phones. The house phones. Okay. Old school house phones used to be rotary dial. Yeah. It wasn't no buttons. It was just a rotary dial. But the interesting thing was there was an asterisk sign, you know, like we call it the tic-tac-toe sign.
Yeah.
The sign was on the phone, but it was never used. Now it's called a hashtag sign. So now it's widely used. Now that was very important, and that was interesting. Now, the house phone and the earlier phone when I was in high school, now I'm 53, so I'm talking 84, 83, and back. Okay. When we had a house phone, it had no caller ID. There was no caller ID on the house phones, right? Okay, and then you used to call a zero operator. There was no 911 operator. It was only zero operator. That bitch had to do everything. She had to do everything.
I gotta back to the bathroom.
So hold up. We'll be back with a break. On that note, yeah, that bitch had to do everything. We'll be back, man, with another break. Yeah.